And hello, I am known as Icarus the Lunar Guard. Welcome to, well, this short playthrough that I'm going to do for you guys of Lords of Ponykeep. Lords of Ponykeep is being built as a complete indie game. Azimooth has been doing a wonderful job of it so far, and thank you very much. I'm not going to be showing up anything that would be otherwise considered spoilers or secrets at this time. There are a couple that are built in currently. The version of Lords of Ponykeep is currently at 0.03 alpha. So to that end, please remember that anything that you see on screen at the moment is going to be basically, well, I believe the expression is not necessarily what's going to happen when all is said and done. So I do have the live chat open, and Gangrene, I just see over there. I will do my best to kind of give you guys a quick rundown as to what's going on. So let me bring down the audio a little bit further and give you a quick look-see as to what's going on. So far, the design that's been done is gorgeous. I love it. And part of the thing that I'm very happy for with all of this is that even though I'm currently showing you this under Windows 10, it is running fairly smoothly under my normal operating system. I normally run Linux on this computer, in this case specifically Ubuntu 18, and Gangrene, thank you. And I'm hoping that, you know, it continues that way. Emulation for a lot of games under Linux is very hit or miss. And my playtesting under Linux at this point is very unofficial. He's not really worried about as far as to, you know, is it designed for Linux? No, at this point. But the fact that it's working is a wonderful part. So I'm very happy for that, even though, you know, not intentionally doing that. So let's go ahead and take you through and give you a real quick look-see as to what a new adventure would look like. So the style that you've got here is very similar to, I guess one might say, Paper Mario. I guess it's probably the closest thing that I've heard anybody describe it. And I love the look, I love the sounds, I love the overall feel for it, overall. Fury Lightning High. So it starts off by telling you, whoever finds this book, hi there, Morningstar, be careful, for you've just come across... You know what? Hold on a second. Let me do this the fun way. Hi there, Morningstar. Be careful, for you've just come across something special. Yearning for adventure, just like in the old times? Then you're in luck. What follows is the work of my life, a world of sword and sorcery, illuminated to outlast ours. I named it the Horse Realms. Here, this pony I drew will help you fit in. The tabs on the right will guide you step by step through the character creation process. You'll just need a blank pony sheet. I must warn you, years of gathering dust have eclipsed the radiant lands I once colored. I'm certain something somber leaked in while I wasn't looking. Should you go into the dark, make sure you take some friends. Never tread alone. I abandoned my ponies so long ago. How could I possibly go back? Literally, anyone would be a better keeper than me. Gallop forth, Morningstar. Bright moon and lucky adventures. Myriad. So right away, this whole thing is just got, it's very much got the classic feel of what old Dungeons and Dragons would be, which I played back in the 80s. And it was just, you got paper? All right, let's go ahead and get you started. Let's roll everything up. You rolled a 3 on this stat. Yeah, this character died in childbirth. Let's roll a new one. So let me give you a look-see to see who we've got over here. So you have your choice, of course, of naming. And name, gender, the body type, doesn't really make too much of a difference. But of course, me, being me, I'm going to Icarus because that's what I'm going to do. And last name, well, he doesn't have a last name. Doesn't really much matter. He's a stallion. Fortunately, he is not a large stallion. Well, I'll show you in a couple of seconds. The animations, so that you can take a look at them, are all kinds of fun. Idle animation, of course, it's right here. Sitting, simple. And horse noises. And dancing, more horse noises. I like it. Hey. All right, just let him stand right there. So now, as was mentioned, all along the right side, several tabs so that you can customize what your precious bean looks like. And there are several choices right off the bat. Earth ponies, unicorns, Pegasi, and fortunately I'll come around in just a second. But what are currently in there, although not available just yet: alicorns, Kieran, hippocampi, and of course, where I'm going to be settling right now, the Vespers. Outcast children of the night. Thousands of years of dubious practices and self-exile grimly transmuted these once reclusive Pegasi. Cloudy eyes, frail muscles, swift leathery wings, and a built-in radar that renders their dark world clearer than sunlight. Was it alchemy or isolation that changed them? Personally, that doesn't fit with my headcanon, but you know what? Whatever. It's okay. Anyway, now, obviously, you got to see the different animations, the sit, dance, always fun. But when you have an avian type, and this goes for the Pegasi, you also have the option of taking a look at the wings being extended and down, extended, down, extended, down, extended, down. Yeah, they don't fly away on the screen. That's just the way that it is. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So you, after choosing your tribe, get some choices. Now, since I'm specifically dealing with the Vespers, some of the items, of course, are, relegated to other of the specific tribes. So, obviously there's stuff that you're not going to get to see. But this is where it gets to be so interesting for me. I'm going to do something that's going to seem a little on the weird side. I'm going to go through and set all of the settings over here as low as they'll go. There we go. So everything right now is set at 0 or default 1. To give you an idea as to, just starting off with the visage, which is from the shoulders up, what does it look like? Well, you got a lot of choices here. Manes, forelocks, bun, crest, sides, eyes, ears, mouth, and everything is labeled up along the top so you can see which is which and what is what. Yes, you can mix and match like crazy, so don't ever think that, you don't have the option of customization, because Lord knows I managed it. For manes, 17 different manes to choose from. I'll give you a real quick look down on a couple of these. Cotton Candy, Johnny Bravo, other Johnny Bravo. I don't know how to really describe a lot of these, but it's cool to be able to look at some of these and go, that's interesting. I can see that. I think I've seen that somewhere. Now, in my case, my choice because of Icarus design is this one. The very mohawky kind of looking thing. And there's a reason, and I'll show you why in a second. Bring this back to 0. And the forelocks, I'll kind of down front a little bit. And again, 17. So you could mix and match, or you could do them as a set, depending as to how you feel like. Now, in my particular case, like I said, to go along with Icarus, There we go, 6. Bring this down so you can see what... Which one was I using? I do believe I was using this one. Yes, 6 and 7. Because, well, reasons. I'll explain a little bit. For the bun in the back, you know, obviously some characters can have that, some don't. I don't myself, but you've got those choices. And again, you don't necessarily need to have any other head hair to have a bun. You could just pop it in there. Doesn't care. Doesn't matter. Crest coming off the side. Again, 17 to choose from, and you know, mix and match however you like, or just have one of your own. You could be bald, precious bean, I suppose. I don't know why, but you know, some would like that. That's perfectly fine. And the sides, again, 17 to choose from. Mix and match however you'd like them. Let me slow that down a little bit. 17. And like I said, I do have the live chat open. I didn't put it up on the screen for me at the time, and I left my phone buzzing. That's a moron idea on my part. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. And again, 17 to choose from. That's, you know, that's pretty good. A lot of creativity there. And the eyes. Now, the eyes are a little bit different because they've gone back and forth a couple of times as to how to do the eyes. So the eye design may modify later. There may be additionals, not quite sure. But again, in this case, you've got 8 choices. And part of it's got to do with the way that the eyebrows are, which, I mean, admittedly, it's not exactly the eyes, but we've got a little bit of customization to go along with that in a little bit. Me personally, I like having eyebrows, but that's me. Ears. You do have various different options. Now, for the Vespers, you know, bat ponies, you know, there are a couple of tufted versions. And, you know, me personally, I like these, because they look like they're a little bit more, you know, tufted to the front, but that's just gonna be me. And the mouth. There's a little something that you need to know. Them. Yes, there's a them. I don't know why. There's a blim. Whatever. It's all good. But again, a lot of choices. 9 to choose from, and in this particular case for the Vespers, obviously, you know, a little snaggletooth, because, you know, it's the way to do it. Me personally, I'll leave it right there, but we'll go from there. Tail and details. Now again, I'm going to set everything to 0, and this is the baseline. And again, plenty to choose from. Everything is laid out so that you can work with these. Gangrene has said, some of these options look like they're meant for dialogue rather than customization. I don't know if that's going to happen with, you know, animation, facial animations. There will be dialogue, and that's something, again, I'm going to get to in just a little bit, but who knows? There's plenty of time to see where it goes. Now, skirt, again, 17 to choose from. Are you starting to see a pattern here? So you got plenty to choose from, and again, mix and match, keep them together. Some might seem a little bit familiar, some, you know, maybe a little, I don't know, a little bit more original. Can't imagine where we've seen some of these before. Oh, anyway. But again, just like before, the skirt and the dock are separate pieces. And the docks are basically enhancements, I guess you might say, to the design for the tail, for the skirt. Now, again, 17, because, you know, mix and match, everything works that way. But the adjustment meter over here also allows you to move where the dock is on the body. You can move it up, you can move it down. So you got a little bit of wiggle room, if you will. Move the wings out of the way. Now there is one dock in here. It's a little curious. And that is very specifically, where are you? This one. Number 4. And there's a reason why this one is the way that it is, because number 4, the drill hair. But we won't call it what it is because that would be wrong. You see. Mustaches. Well, I mean, again, 17 to choose from. Now, do these necessarily mix and match properly with the other designs? No, not necessarily. But there are some cool ones, I will admit. Some very spruce mustaches. The ever ready to be twirled mustache, because that's what. But I'm really very much liking a lot of these. Wax handlebar. I wonder if you get into a warm room if those start to droop. I don't know. Probably not. The Salvador Dali look was always a fun one to take a look at. And I don't know, me, I'm looking at number 6. I'm thinking to myself, Gomez Adams. I don't know. Yeah. This is me. But again, really liking a lot of these. And then we get to the beard. Because the beard, 27 to choose from. Definitely not your typical, mix and match. Now, for those of you that have got characters like myself who have mutton chops, yes, they're all part of the beard section, of which that would be the one that I would use, number 24, but it's just me. But some of these beards are really great to look at, especially things like 21, like I got over here, which reminds me very much of one of the Earth ponies of antiquity. I have no idea what I'm talking about there, I'm sure. But then you come around to number 18, and I think it's a dwarf, I guess, sort of. Maybe just a little bit. Could be wrong. 16 very much reminds me of a wizard's beard. 15 as well. But again, a lot of work has gone into these, and I gave Azimooth a lot of credit. There were a couple of them earlier on that had problems with the coloring, and gone back and said, "Oh, yep, okay, got that fixed now for you. Thank you." It was a lot of fun to be able to help out with that. And I had to look really close in order to get those. Gangren's wondering, hoping there's some beards that look a little ambiguous so they can be used for other bits of hair. You know what? As time goes on, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Azimooth took on some more ideas from folks and said, you know what, sure, let's work with them. Hooves, the hooves are pretty much standard fare, but again, 12 to choose from, so you've got a number of different designs, and part of that has got to do with further customization, which I'm going to get to momentarily. Flyers got different types, earth ponies, unicorns. There's some stuff. The the designs, I like them. I don't know that they necessarily do anything special at this point in the game. I don't think so, but be that as it may. Now for the tribe extras, this is where the stuff really comes in, because, well, for the avian types, you can customize the wings, horns, tails. Unicorns have got very specific tribe tails, so that's a different thing entirely. The wings, however, I really like. colored membranes, you can you have the ability of modifying those for a little bit later. And the wings, now admittedly there's quote-unquote only 5 wing types for the Vespers, but be that as it may, I happen to like the way that they look. I personally like number 3, but you know, I'm also of the type to look at the wings and think they're supposed to be just like another set of arms and their fingers, but you know, what do I know? The horns for the unicorns have got a couple of different versions. One also includes, well, let's just say it's broken. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now this is the section that gets a little bit confusing. Now I need to put my main on so that I can show you guys what this all looks like. Let's see. Where is... There we go. I need my mutton chops so that I can show you what's going on with this part. Where did I... There we go. And the hooves? Yeah, we'll go with that for the time being. Okay. The Gangrene has also said those great options might be better if they're hidden entirely. Considering that you had the option of going back and forth at almost any time and change what tribe you're working with, it's a heck of a lot easier to just, you know, just leave them there and just grayed out, unavailable. Nothing wrong with that. Horse noises. Horse noises. So, see, the animations work very nicely. The hair moves along with it. The beard, the tail, the dock, it all works all together. I missed one piece. You know what? I don't care. Whatever. It's all good. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Fly away? No, not flying away. All right, fine. So the color scheme system is a little on the weird side. There's some folks, myself included, who had a little bit of a hard time trying to judge how to work this, and this has gone through a little bit of revisioning. And once you get it, it makes sense. The first time out, though, it can get a little on the weird side. So let me demonstrate. You've got various choices of items, starting off with the coat. And you do have the ability of seeing what each of the numbers are as you go along for the hue and vividness and brightness. So if you wanted to come back or input specifically, you could. Now, for Icarus, he is a blue gray. So, there we go. Get you that out a little bit better. There we go. Now, a piece about this that I did not know about originally, and I figured out by, you know, hunting and pecking, is that once you've got a color set, you can actually hit on one of these buttons to just spot fill any of the others right away and match it. So, for instance, for the main, boom. Now that's not really what he's supposed to be, but fortunately, I can adjust that a little bit. And oh well, dummy me. I forgot that you have to reselect for the main in order to be changing the main, because I'm an airhead sometimes. All right, is what it is. Now, locks. Now, I'm going to use a different color that I otherwise normally would, just so that you can see where those pieces are. And now the extras. Yes, I know. Ugly combinations of colors, but in order to show off where they are, what pieces you've got control over, want to make sure that, they all stand out. I know, don't kill me. I'm not trying to go for the Joker look. I just want to make sure that it shows off correctly. Now, a new piece that had been added is this one down the bottom. It had markings in iris color. This one took a little bit of hunting and pecking on my part to try to understand. For instance, torso has got several different markings you can choose from, specifically 8 of them. And I'm leaving them in white at the moment so you can see where they are. Yes, I know. Bubbles. Male mare. There's a long story with that. But you got a couple of different ones to choose from, which is, kind of cool, kind of nice. All right. Face, 18 to choose from. And again, they're numbered from that really work nicely. Some of them get covered up because of, different pieces. Me personally, I would like to have the white snoot, but that's an OC thing. But again, you've got the option of colorizing these to whichever color you'd like. Freckles, because freckles. For Icarus, I'm currently using that right in the middle of his forehead, unfortunately. For him, it should really be on his nose, but you know what? All right, whatever. And the hind and forelegs, you also do have options to choose from. Now, for Icarus, these stripes would be correct for his overall look. But, again, a number of items to pick and choose. And they can be colorized, mixed and matched any way that you would like. And some people have had a lot of fun, mix and matching, and it's worked out well. And just like before, you simply choose, activate whichever one it is that you want to play around with, and just change it. Just like that. Now, this is the one that caught me by surprise, and I just completely blanched over it at first. Iris. You have the chance to change what color the eyes are. And this is apparently also going to be determining in dialogues what color your text is going to be for your character as time's going on. I know you can have some really, really whacked out color combinations, but you know what? Hey, it's all for fun. Who cares? And finally, the quarter rune. I know, you could call it pretty much any other thing, but, you know. As far as to inputting hex codes, I don't know that is on the horizon necessarily. I will make sure that I've got that in my write-up. I was planning on mentioning about it, but we shall see. We shall see how easy that is. Yeah, let's see if he's gonna fly. Did he? No, I thought maybe. All right, whatever. So, the quarter rune. Yes, you start off as a blank flank, and each of these quarter runes gives you certain types of, special abilities, as one would expect. And there are a number of them. They're not numbered, but I'll give you a quick look at them. The Book of Mirth, the Book of Elements, Book of Discovery, the Book of Arcana, the Book of Protection, Book of Hearth, Book of Opulence, the Book of Nature, Book of Crusades. Book of Nourishment. Yes, apparently there is a nourishment aspect. And, of course, at this point, you can start with a blank flank, which really doesn't make too much of a difference at the moment, because we're kind of getting used to how this all plays out, and that is where this happens. Icarus, the Vesper Stallion, now gets to test himself. Here we go, into the test world. Now, there is, believe it or not, a lot more here than you might expect, and some of the camera work, some of us have been saying that it needs to be a little bit modified, but it's changed a little bit from where it was, so it's a good start. Now, the fun part is, with each of the races, there are different things that you are able to get away with doing. For instance, avians, well, we can come up here. The earth ponies don't, but that's okay. We just leave them where they are. And, oh yes, there are some items on the floor for this little test world. Can they be interacted with? Yes. How much so? Well, let's see what happens. Yes, they break. So let's take you on a little journey to see what's back here. And down they go. Ah, you see this one, did you? Little something that I've made mention to. Down it goes. This is a brazier. And one of the best parts about this, watch the shadow in the back. I love that shadow in the back. That is really good. Oh no, the shadow goes away because the brazier is running out of fuel, which means you have to hit it again. At the moment, there are no specific animations for the characters when they activate the braziers. That's something that I've put in for. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I would love to see something like, you know, a wing sets it off, or a magic blast. Right now, nothing like that is available at all. But I've been having all kinds of fun knocking them all over. Because, you know, you can. Down you go. And come up to the third floor. Oh, look! Another brazier. And more great shadows. I know that this has nothing to do whatsoever with the game mechanic itself, but I love the way this looks. I adore that. It is so much fun. Off the side. There you go. Anyway, so I have had a lot of fun knocking over all of these pots. Although there is one thing about them that I want to show off. I'm hoping I can replicate it. Let me light this up first, though. Some of these pots, yes, when you shove them into the wall, they don't necessarily break. They kind of freak out a little bit. And after a while, they kind of phase through the wall. Being that this is completely alpha at the moment, I am not at all upset with this. I find this absolutely hysterical. And sometimes it'll break. So we got one over there. Oh yeah, you can fly. And let's come over to the other side. And one more brazier. Again, I love those shadows. They're so good. So there are 3 floors currently available for you to take a look around in. There is nothing surprising at this point, other than just to walk around, see what you can do. Can you get from place to place? Is everything behaving the way that you're expecting it to? And it's doing great. It's really great. And like I was saying, being that it's off the edge of the world, being that it is designed primarily for Windows and Mac, the fact that it's running under Linux, even though I'm not using Linux right now, I mean, I love that. I love that. That means that there's no extra coding that needs to be done. It's just, you know what? You guys want to play it under Linux? Our playtesters have said that yes, it does run. You can give it a try, but so I very much like that. Now, as I was saying, the grounded ponies, earth ponies and unicorns, do not get to fly up here or jump. They can't jump from, the side across. And there are no magic spells that are happening for the unicorns at this point. And it's working. And I think, considering where we are at the moment, like I've got any hand in programming this damn thing, I'm really happy to be part of checking this all out. So again, this is still alpha. And at the moment, this is all that we've got available to us. And I'm not at all saying that as a down at all, not by any stretch of the imagination. I am finding this to be so much fun to be able to play around with. And I am very, very happy and privileged to be able to do this. So, Azimooth, thank you so much for pulling me in on this. I'm hoping that I'm able to keep doing this for you. Folks, if you want to check out about Lords of Ponykeep, there is a Discord server, there's a Twitter account, there is a Tumblr account. All you have to do is just go looking up for Lords of Ponykeep, and if you find me over there, it'd be wonderful to see you guys. So in the meantime, thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit. I hope that you enjoy it. If you are lucky enough to change out, your precious beans for later, love to see it. But in the meantime, I have been Icarus the Lunar Guard. This has been Lords of Ponykeep 03 Alpha. And with any luck, I'll see you guys sometime in the near future. May Luna watch over you, and until next time. Oh, the question. What game engine is this in? It's Zeal, if I remember you. Hi. The game engine at the moment, from what I've understood, is Unity? I'm pretty sure. Shoot, I suddenly drew a blank. I think it is. And hence the reason why it's emulating just fine for me under Linux. A little chunky, but that's just because of, the way that stuff runs. Sometimes it's a lot for it to work with. Anywho, again, may Luna watch over you all, and I will catch up with you guys again sometime in the future. when I've got a little bit more to show you.